Good morning, world. How we doing today? Man, it is a beautiful day. It's sun shining. It's cold. It's a little chilly. I think it was in the high 20s this morning, and let's see, it's rolling up about 10 a.m. So it's probably just above freezing, maybe. With that wind, though, oh my goodness gracious! But I wanted to touch on a couple of things. Um, uh, we'll do this as an addition to my sixth, seventh, and eighth grade years. Uh, Scholastic life, um, and abuse and such not. We had a. I remember in sixth grade. I think it was sixth grade. I had somebody, ended up being, he was a bully, of course. He was a jock, and uh, my mother and his mother were friends. And I've got a couple of stories about this one individual. He apparently was peer pressured into wanting to beat me up after school by his friends for some odd known reason. And so we met. I think it was a Friday night, Friday after school, out back. And of course, I didn't want to fight. You know, I was always trying to get away and get out of fights and run away from my bullies, and because I got tired of being beat up all the time. And so we go back out, behind the school after school, just me and him. Nobody else, believe it or not. No crowd or anything like that. And he wants to fight me, and I'm trying to get away from him. I'm trying to talk to him, trying to convince him. Why do you want to do this? What's the point? My mother and your mother are friends. Hell, we used to be kind of friendly. Friends with each other, etc., etc. And finally, I convinced him that he could tell all of his friends that he beat me up, and I would go along. I would go along with it. And I mean, we had the weekend anyway. He was like, "Well, hell, that regardless." So that's what we did. I was able to talk him into not fighting with me, and and I let him tell all the other kids that he beat me up. Another story with the same young man was my mom was over with took me over to his house, his so that my mother and his mother could hang out, and him and his older brother who was driving wanted to take me on some ride. Now this may have been before sixth grade, or maybe the summer before. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember exactly the timeline, but I do remember that we went out driving in his brother's truck. His brother drove. I sat in the middle. He sat on the other side. And it was nighttime, and the brother got behind. Apparently, they've done this before because they were talking back and forth about it. But they got behind somebody on some country road and followed them all the way to their house, backed up, or faced them off the road when the person got to their house, and just sat there with the headlights facing on them, basically terrorizing these people. And they were just laughing and laughing and laughing because I mean they were right on their ass the entire time, following them down the road. And it's I was not impressed. I didn't like it. I didn't want to be a part of it, but there was really not much I could do about it. I was kind of stuck in a situation. But they were both just laughing back and forth, and I was telling them, "Why would y'all do this? Why are y'all doing this to these people? Do you know them? No, we don't know them." And it was just like it was some sort of game. Let's just terrorize the hell out of somebody. Who knows who it could have been? But thankfully they didn't shoot at us. It was out in the country. Uh, like I said, they followed followed that individual all the way to their house, and parked right at the end of their driveway, with the headlights on brights. I think they kept the headlights on brights the entire time, and I don't know. Bully. They're just being bullies. And yeah, I didn't. I told my mother after that I wasn't going back over to his house. And uh, I don't know. It's people. I just don't understand sometimes. I never could understand why treat other people, especially people you don't even know, you know, with such contempt or ire, or with disdain, whatever. Why treat people like that? And it told you what kind of people they were. And uh, but those were a couple of things that happened. That was with one individual, and yeah. As a matter of fact, I found him on Facebook, and relived a couple of those. Wrote down those two stories uh, for him on his page. I'm sure he probably deleted me after that, but it just amazes me. But that's about it, guys. I'm going to keep this one shorter than 10 minutes, but just a little bit of an addition. There's some other things that happen too. Um, Gosh, there was so many uh, different things that happened just in the sixth, seventh, and eighth grade years that it's just it's hard to quantify. It's hard to put them all together in a proper timeline. And maybe I'll touch base with that particular if I can remember any other significant things. I truly do love each and every one of you, truly and deeply I do. Carpe diem, and as always, catch you on the flip side. Ha ha!